afternoon.
The memo for casual calls too.
Underneath that shorts and football, right? So what you don't see is under the shorts, the t-shirt is a tuxedo.
Okay, I believe you do.
All right.
A hairy one, but it's hairy.
You're welcome. Make a note.
Should be easier today.
Oh, yeah.
Should be the least controversial thing we've dealt with.
I actually read through the whole thing and I didn't see anything that wasn't approved.
Yeah.
So
Our
I don't have any questions.
the Calico property.
That's what Julie told me when I
Met with her a couple weeks ago. She's
was like,
yes, sir, good.
there shouldn't be any controversy with it.
Move for a vote.
Right now.
He's,
We'll hear it out.
I think after that, he would beat us.
Glad I didn't miss the barn burner last month.
Yeah.
Guess that.
So glad I didn't miss the barn burner last month.
I did. And that's gonna check in with their owner as well.
Seemed like a surge.
See how to do it. And I'm gonna check in with this because I would like to ask him if he could help us
That's what it was about.
with scoping the Castile Street. And, you know,
He's passionate about absolutely.
if they have someone that does that.
It was inappropriate form.
I just learned even more things.
Yeah, it was.
Like-
Meeting
like-
was-
Yeah, well, you know, when you're just like, you're Castile Street.
I mean, I get where I get things, but you know,
I'm going,
I don't know.
I was like, what?
kind of a little
Put the
left
foam in
field.
there.
Yeah.
And put
I mean, we
some
do
stuff
accommodate
on it.
I don't know,
We
we're
like-
just trying to accommodate public comment.
And
here.
you're interested. If you're
One of his arguments
this
was
whole street is
literally
collapsing
like,
into the storm.
it's not a building. so
Don't you
it's
think
not
the
part of
might blocking
That's part of it.
Well, that wasn't part of the meeting.
Oh, okay. So he said that's the last one.
I dig into it.
Yeah, you didn't miss that part. It was more related to the development.
Some of my folks don't say a word, they just
Okay.
kind of move on.
Yeah.
One bill, he's got concept.
I think.
Never read through the notes.
Now, he has citations with this,
But I listen
he,
because
he wants to find the
Whether.
code in the city code, which where he's right. And he has a point, there is a trial being set here in his building.
Yeah.
I don't know what date that is, but it's coming in
All these little pieces, so it
months,
feels pretty
1 or
good.
2 months.
But anyway, I need to
So
go.
I wanna go, I'm gonna watch that.
I think we.
Yeah, I'll
I-
be curious.
I think
I'm
the
sure
city-
one way or
I don't
another,
think there's a
everyone,
problem.
either here or on Facebook, will give her a hug.
I mean, with the system.
I'll take it.
I think that-
Facebook, everyone likes to
Or a
hear
billion
the
in that one.
big releases.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be public?
It will be, yeah, there'll be judge presiding and so on, all of it.
Which we-
It's
we
actually
fixed that,
criminal.
And we could,
Oh.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, he was written up a
we could
citation.
split the stormwater between,
And I see his point of view, you know, he's a very, very good friend of mine, and we hang out
That might
more,
work.
and, I
Because now
read through what
you're
he's
not-
thinking,
you're-
so we'll
you
see.
would only be feeding 40% of the capacity. of
Yeah.
water, And maybe we have that capacity, so.
It's all gonna come down to letter and intent.
Right way, he said, just point where the law is, you know, that's what he's trying to get at. And so we'll see, I mean, I see his point of view, and we'll see.
I didn't know.
Yes.
Over there. Julie is here, look at her.
Hey, guys. I'm gonna keep myself muted because I'm actually at a horse show,
Oh, but there.
but I'm here.
Are we good to go technology wise? Alrighty. Oh, it doesn't give us a prompt. We're recording, okay. Let's go ahead and call this, Public Planning Commission, meeting to order. It's our regular monthly meeting, for March 19th. If you would all join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everybody, thank you for coming out on this nice Tuesday evening. First order up is approval of our April minutes. If you guys have had a chance to look at those, I would entertain a motion.
I move to approve.
I second.
Have a motion, a second, any discussion? Okay, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? That motion carries. Our really one and only business portion is a public hearing for site development review 2026-04. You want me to just open it up this hearing?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Glenn Holm. I'm chair of the Hubbard Planning Commission. I will be presiding over this meeting. This is the time and place set forth for the public hearing in the matter of site development review number SDR 2026-04 for Bernsey Park located at 4174 5th Street. The hearing is now open. It is 6:31 p.m. Oregon land use laws require several items to be read into the record at the beginning of every public hearing. The city planner will review this material. Your patience is appreciated as she goes through these statements.
Okay.
Now I'll turn it over to Laura.
Thank you. Here we go. So the applicable substantive criteria upon which this case will be decided are found in the Hubbard Development Code, section 3.105.06, the site development review, together with the applicable public use zone district standards contained in section 2.109. All testimony and evidence received during this public hearing must be directed towards these approval criteria or to such other rule, law, regulation, or policy which you believe apply to the case. An issue which may be the basis for an appeal to the City Council or Land Use Board of Appeals shall be raised not later than the close of the record at or following the final hearing on this case. Such issues shall be raised with and accompanied by statements or evidence sufficient to afford this body and the parties to this hearing the adequate opportunity to respond to each issue. This public hearing will proceed with the staff report and any other comments from government agencies that are in attendance, followed by the applicant and all those who are in support of the application. All of those opposed to the application will also be allowed to speak, followed by those with general comments that are neither for or against. Finally, the applicant will be entitled to a rebuttal period. Please state your name clearly for the record before your comments and provide your complete mailing address to the city staff by submitting a speaker card. Please try to avoid repetition. If someone else has already expressed the same thought, it's perfectly all right to state that you agree with the statements of the previous speaker. Please be assured that everyone will have an opportunity to speak. If you have documents, maps, or letters that you wish to have considered by this body, they must be formally placed into the record of this proceedings. To do that, either before or after you speak, please submit the materials to city staff. Prior to the conclusion of the first hearing on the land use application, any participant may request the opportunity to present additional evidence or testimony regarding the application. If such a request is made, it will be brought up to this body to determine if the hearing will be continued to a time and date certain, or if the record will be kept open for the submission of additional evidence.
With that out of the way, I need to ask the audience and fellow commissioners a few questions. Does any member of the audience have an objection to the notice that was published? Does any member of the audience wish to challenge the jurisdiction of the Planning Commission to hear this matter? Does any member of the Planning Commission wish to declare a potential or actual conflict of interest or bias? Does any member of the Planning Commission wish to report any site visits or ex parte contacts? Does any member of the audience wish to challenge the impartiality or ex parte disclosures of any member of the Planning Commission? Hearing none of that, I will turn it back over to Laura for staff report.
Okay, thank you very much. So the application before you today, the applicant is the City of Hubbard. The proposal is for site improvements to Bernsey Park, including upgrounds to playground equipment, gathering spaces, and related site improvements. These improvements would be conducted if the city was granted grant funds to perform these improvements. The address is 4174 5th Street. It is located in the public use zoning district, and these sort of improvements are allowed with site design review. The site design review criteria are listed in the development code, and essentially the decision to approve these proposals is based on the characteristics of adjoining and surrounding uses, adequate drainage and erosion control, consideration of public health factors, traffic safety, internal circulation and parking, provisions for adequate noise and visual buffering, retention of existing natural features on site, connectivity in terms of streets, bikeways, and pedestrian facilities, and considerations of any problems that may arise due to potential hazard areas. So within the staff report, the findings to each of these criteria are outlined in detail, so I won't spend the time to go over those. But essentially, the park is located in an existing residential zone. There already are improvements within the park, which include parking lot improvements and some amenities. And as stated, the proposal is just to add more amenities, but not more parking or main structures. So it's limited to park improvements like walking trails and things of that nature. Because it is an existing park, there wasn't any impacts to surrounding development that were identified. The amount of impervious surface area wasn't anticipated to create any drainage issues. And there wasn't a significant amount of natural vegetation that's proposed to be removed. And traffic and safety is already existing, and there's no expansion of those uses. So with that, I'll just be brief on the staff report, but I'm happy to answer any questions that the commission might have.
Not for me.
A question when I was reading over this came to mind. Will there be any digging or trenching for drainage or any other utility?
There will be some site grading due to leveling, especially for playground equipment and some of the gathering spaces, but it's intended to be kind of localized to those areas.
So nothing below like 12 inches or so.
Yeah, it's a pretty level site now, but there will be leveling for playground equipment, gathering spaces, which is usually picnic tables and things of that nature. But not significant grading or drainage or change to the drainage of the site.
No foundation footings?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for staff? With that, I will now accept public testimony regarding this case. Would the applicant or representative like to speak? You've already had.
The applicant is the city, yeah, so there's not too much noise. Is there anything that you wanted to add?
I think it's very clear,
Yeah.
unless there be any questions.
Yeah, it looks, yeah.
Okay.
Sort of
The applicant's happy.
Is there anyone who would like to speak in support of the application? Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to the application? Somebody will have to throw me something if somebody's online. Is there anyone who would like to speak either for or against the application? Seeing as we've had no results, anything else from planning commissioners? Before I close or continue the public hearing, are there any additional questions, planning commissioners, the staff, the applicant, or anyone who testified? As a reminder, once I close the hearing, only commissioners or staff may speak. Public testimony is now over. I will close this public hearing at 6:39 p.m. and I will entertain discussions on the application or motion.
I move to approve the application, which is application 2026-24404, I think it is.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Oh, it was nice seeing you.
Very efficient meeting. Do I hear it out there on motions to adjourn?
Let's bottle this.
I move to adjourn.
I'll second.
I have a motion, a second. All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye. Aye. We are closed and officially.
That's probably the fastest one yet.
Yeah, that's pretty darn.
Does that go for last month?
It does, yeah. Well, we sat here for a couple, 3 hours. When
in charge of these kind
Oh.
of
I forget which couple was, but yes, yeah, there's been a couple nice ones.
And I was still green. If this is normal, I ain't doing this.
Boy, maybe I should be gone more.
Yeah.
Probably thinking, oh my gosh, this is gonna be something that's in the back corner of this.
Beautiful. I see you guys again.
Or.
I'm just saying, it's a park, is there any sense of grading and the laughter of children?
Let's do it.
Or improving, so they get a city, right?
Right, exactly.